Teenpreneur, please keep your mask on at all times and social distance. Please do not move the chairs because it will damage the floor. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Maya.
And I'm Baby Kezia.
Welcome to SRC's
Teenpreneurs Talkshow, where we will talk about starting or running a business as teenagers. We have invited 4 guests to speak to us today. We will have a Q&A session at the very end, so be sure to come up with questions to ask our teenpreneurs.
Now, we will ask our guests to introduce themselves. Rakit, how are you today?
I'm doing well, so as you may know, I am Rakit Kaneva from grade 12. I am the assistant on the head of operations of a business called Sing Bali and also part owner, and I'm also a part-time investor in cryptocurrency and businesses.
Thank you, Rakit. Hi everybody, I'm Kezia, and in the past I founded a online dessert business called Jiggly Joy, where we sell pudding and juices and also jellies. And now I am helping my mom with her new startup called Uncle Bali, where we sell authentic Indonesian sambals that contains tuna. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Amanda, your classmate. I was the owner of Lagos Bali and Yummy Bakery in the past, and now I'm the owner of a coffee shop called By Coffee Bali. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Megan, and I'm the owner of an international clothing brand called Maze Thread. I started Maze Thread at the age of 13 during the pandemic on July 2020, and these are some of my favorite influencers that I've looked up to wearing Maze Thread pieces. And these are some of the aesthetic items that we sell. We sell clothes or products that are currently in trend, like for example in TikTok or Pinterest. And these are the orders that we get, and yeah, this is Maze Thread.
Thank you everyone for your inspiring story. Now, we have prepared a few questions for you guys. What inspired you to start your own business?
What inspired me is that during the tough times of the coronavirus, it was hard for small businesses to survive. So instead of me staying at home and doing nothing, I wanted to help my parents out during these tough times.
I think for most of us, it's because of the pandemic. Yeah, I had a lot of free time during quarantine because we were doing distant learning, and so that just made me have the idea of starting my own business, and I did it. So yeah.
What inspired me was because I had a lot of free time during quarantine, and I decided to start my own business by selling lip glosses and making baked goods, such as brownies and cookies. And now I'm opening my own coffee shop, still coming soon at the end of 2020. So prior to Maze Thread, I actually had a thrift shop called Megan's Wardrobe, where I would sell my second-hand clothes. Because back then during the pandemic, it was like a very big hit, like those thrift shops on Instagram, which eventually turned into Maze Thrift, something more professional. And at the end it became Maze Thread. I did not expect this to happen, and yeah.
That is very cool. Now the second question is, how did you gain the initial capital needed?
There's a simple answer for that. It's called asking my parents for a loan. And so my parents gave me a loan around 1.5 years ago, and I'm currently paying them back in full and also a percentage of the total loan.
For me, to start my own dessert business, I didn't really need much because all I needed was eggs, milk, and sugar and those type of stuff. So I used my own savings, and when I don't have enough, I'll ask my parents for it. And yes, I did return my parents the money.
For me, my first 2 businesses, I started off with my own money and for my own savings. And for the business I'm opening now, my parents helped open the business. So prior to Maze Thread, I had something called Megan's Wardrobe, and just to start Maze Thread alone, it only cost me $200,000 to make all of this happen. So it was my own savings.
Okay, wow, that's really nice. Okay. How did you actually start your own business? Please give some practical advice.
So in order to start a crypto account, I have 4 crypto accounts, right? And as for most of us here, we are not at the legal age to start an account. So the best thing you can do is you can ask an elder that you trust or your parents to start an account. So even though the account is on their name, you're doing all the work, so it's still perfectly legal.
For me, how I actually started was because both of my businesses are in the food industry. So of course we had to make a lot of of our products and try different recipes until we can find the perfect recipe. And after we found it, we set up our social media, get legalized, and then we can start selling.
For me, I had to start finding a good recipe to make cookies and brownies, and ever since I got the perfect recipe, I started working on the packaging and the social media too to promote it, and yeah, that's basically how I started it. How I started May Thread was because I love shopping and I love clothes, and I turned it into I was very passionate about it, and I turned it into a business. And what I find it best is to market it through social media such as Instagram and post and showcase the products there. And also have a TikTok content account to promote your products, and also have an e-marketplace such as Shopee. Because when you're sitting in class, when I sit in class, I could get like 5 orders just like by a few minutes by sitting in class. So I think that having an e-market app is very important.
Thank you so much for the advice. Now, what strategies do you suggest to market your business?
I think the best way to market a business is you have to promote in social media so you can reach a bigger audience than just talking to people in real life. And one of the best applications I find is TikTok and Instagram, because you can pay for Instagram ads, and TikTok is completely free. All you have to do is make a video, and in any given moment it can go viral and reach millions of people worldwide.
I totally agree with that. There are 3 main ways on how I market my products. First of all, it's the social media. Then we also do e-commerce, which is like Shopee, Tokopedia, Lazada, and those type of platforms. And last but not least, word of mouth is very important. And that's basically when somebody tries your product and they think it's really good, then they will tell their friends and families about it. Then that's the most reliable type of marketing, because they would trust what their friends and families say. And so that's when we actually make sales.
For me, I promoted my products through Instagram, and I had my friends to help promote my products and my business. So for me, I think the one that works best is TikTok. We posted a video about like these hoodies that are currently in trend. And then we reached from 15,000 followers to 18,000 followers within a span of like 3 days, and like over 100 of these hoodies were selling within those days. So I think that having a TikTok account is very important, as well as Shopee. Oh, also, what I find most important is to also have influencers promoting your products, because they really, really help.
Those are really nice tips. Now, what obstacles did you face?
During investing, I've experienced losing a lot of money, which can also be demotivating, but you can take that as a challenge and you can fight your way back into getting the original amount of money you lost. And also, as the only child, and also coming from an Indian family, I have a lot of mental pressure on myself and my parents to achieve and to succeed in order to give myself and also my parents a good life in the future.
Well, for me, marketing is very challenging because it's a market that, like, we sell sambal, and sambal is usually for housewives, and so TikToks and Instagrams don't always work, since not everybody in that generation are on the social media platform. And another obstacle that I always face is balancing my time with school, with the SRC, and with my business. Is very hard because I have to allocate the proper amount of time for each so that I can make sure that I don't mess up any of them. And what really helped me was setting up a calendar, because calendars can help me block the time so that I know what I'm supposed to do and that I stay on track.
For me, I started my very first business at the age of 12. So I wasn't experienced enough, and at that time I wasn't getting enough orders. But as time flies, I started to learn more things every single day, and here I am. So for me, it's definitely balancing my school, work, and social life, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm like in Hangouts, I would always have to check my phone because I would get like ongoing orders, and customers don't like it when you respond slow because they become like they don't want to buy your products anymore. And also during exam seasons, because I started it in the pandemic, so our exams were still on exam.net, and my phone would be blowing up and I would have to respond very slow. So, but now I have a team and now we respond faster and I know how to manage my time better.
I didn't know you have to go through that. But as you all know, you guys are entrepreneurs. In your opinion, what are the qualities of a good entrepreneur?
Risk taker, resilient, and you also have to find ways to involve all the materials you have. And also, if you have any team or people you work with, you also have to be supportive to them. So in order to boost their morale and motivation also.
For me, I think it's determination and you can't be somebody that gives up easily because when you're starting up your own business, it's not guaranteed that you will be successful on your first time. Sometimes it's your second time, sometimes it's your 10th time. So if you give up on your first time, then you will never be successful.
In my opinion, being a good entrepreneur is to have good leadership skills, being determined, and being a risk taker too. For me, a good entrepreneur is to be someone who's diligent and willing to take risks, even though the outcome might not even be good. But it's okay to fail sometimes because, yeah, it's fine.
I agree. What is success to you?
Success to me is to see my parents proud of me and what I'm doing for them. And also, success to me is to having the freedom of spending my own money in whatever I want because I'm the one who earned that money by myself.
Success to me is not just financial independence, but also achieving my goals. And my business shouldn't be a business that harms the environment, but instead it should empower the people around me and also protect the environment.
Success to me is accomplishing a positive outcome and achieving my goals and making my parents proud.
Success to me is reaching my goals. Like May said, I didn't even expect it. May said to be this big, like probably a year ago. That's success to me, and also being financially independent.
My advice for those that want to start their own business, once you have a business idea, it's best that you consult it with an adult or somebody that's more experienced first to ask them how doable this business actually is. And if you got their approval, then you should just do it. And don't let people tell you that you're too young to do it or you're not capable to do it because you don't have a set of skills. Yeah, just do it.
My advice for the people who want to start a new business is to learn the basics on how to open a new business. Be mentally and physically ready because you'll never know what will come next.
My advice is when you want to start a business, start it because you want to and not because you're forced to, because some of my friends, their parents pressure them into making a business, or they get compared by their other friends because like, oh, she has a business and you don't, you should make a business. That's because you're forced to, and it's just very different because you're not passionate about it. And a business needs life, and what I feel and what I think will bring it to life is your consistency and motivation. And for age-wise, that doesn't matter because I started May Thread at 13, so yeah.
Thank you so much for the advice, guys. Now that you know our teenpreneurs, do any of you have any questions for them? Yes, sir.
Hi, Rachit. Can you do a seminar about crypto? How did you start? I'm really interested.
Right now?
Well, not right now. Maybe that we can schedule
I can tell you
for
a
those
story.
who are
I can
interested.
tell you a story, miss. One day I was just in my bed laying down scrolling through TikTok and then I saw somebody made a profit of $200,000 in a day. So that's what motivated me. I know I'm not going to make that much profit as of right now, but then just having the feeling of knowing that you struck on that coin and it's going up is already a great feeling for me. And I think cryptocurrency starts with a lot of money, of course. You have to put your own money, so that's a lot of risk. And you have to also have to research on apps you're using because there are some apps where maybe they have high taxes, maybe their security is not good, so it's easier to hack. So apps I suggest are like Binance and Indodax. And if you're in America, the best app is Robinhood.
So, those things that you've just mentioned are things that I think, some people would love to know.
Okay, miss, I'm more than ready.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Any questions? Do you guys, do the teenpreneurs have questions for But, oh wait, I have a question for Megan. Megan, are you planning on opening your own store soon?
Yes, I'm planning to open a store, but before opening an official store, I want to open something in Beach Walk, like a pop-up store for May Spread, just to get more recognition first, and then open an official store, because, yeah. I would love to visit there one day.
Oh, Miss Fernia, how do you actually get the influencers to get your clothes? Or do they go to you?
Because at first, I think, because Mayspread is like a little bit bigger now, it's very easy to contact the influencers. Like when you want to contact influencers to promote your products, sometimes they ask for endorsement fee, right? But because they're interested, there's something called barter collaboration, where we send off the products and they would make content for free, but they would have to choose the product. And finding influencers that fit your market is actually quite hard, because sometimes you pick like an influencer. Why? Because like she's probably like a big famous star and you'd think that it would influence Mayspread. But like for me, I think smaller influencers work better than the bigger influencers because they're more motivated in making the content.
Thank you, Megan. Does anyone have a question? You can ask any question. It's just based off your own curiosity.
Miss Fernia. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm really interested. Now, for those who are doing more of the food and beverage, right? I have it in my head a while ago. So, in terms of Bali, there's a lot of competition, right? So, how do you try and keep yourself updated or in the market?
Well, I try to make new products, new drinks that other coffee shops doesn't sell. And honestly, I'm trying to sell it at a cheap price and at a comfortable place, so people are like feels better to stay there and like drink, use the Wi-Fi.
Well, for me, what we do, because like you said, Bali is very competitive and a lot of people are selling food products. So what we do is we try and sell our products in as many places as possible. So like we would collaborate with other restaurants or other shops to see if we could put our products there, just so that more people could become more aware of our product.
I have a question for you guys. If you guys don't mind, can you please share how much profit you make? Does anyone want to go?
Started off with $1,600, and as of right now, I have like $8,500, so around $6,900 profit.
Well, for my sample business, because we invested a lot of money in the machinery, so as of right now, we haven't earned profit yet.
For my first two businesses, I started off from $200K. And for the coffee shop I'm gonna open soon, my parents are the ones who invested it, and they had to spend around 50 to 70 million to start the business. But as our coffee shop we have in Surabaya and Malang, we usually get around 30 juta per month. So for my spread, we started with 200,000, and monthly now the total sales, not the profit, it's around 100 million per month. And yeah.
Okay. I am in the wrong profession.
I have another question. I also have another question. Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
A full-day trader in America somewhere, and also maybe earning around $100,000 per day or something. I hope I have that much money there.
That's great. I see myself in Bali in 5 years, but I do hope that I can fly around to different countries to have exhibitions once in a while, and that my product could be seen in all the major supermarkets in Indonesia and also exported to other countries.
In 5 years' time, I see myself in college taking business school, and besides that, I'll still be opening my coffee shop, and I'm hoping that in 5 years' time I could expand the coffee shop around Indonesia.
In 5 years, because I won't be in Bali, I would love for me when I go back home and I go to Beach Walk and I see my store right there and I'm me just looking at it, people shopping there. And yeah, that's what I think.
Ms. Rennie, I have a question for you.
For me,
Yeah. Do you encourage your students to open their own business?
I actually do want students to look into it. I think with the pandemic, with online, it's a life skill, you know. You get, I think financial stability in the curriculum is not addressed enough. And so I think having it and experiencing it, it is good, you know, so yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions? Guys?
Don't be shy.
Kevin? Yes, Wilson.
Actual store.
Where?
I'm planning to open it around Renong area because like there's more people.
I'm actually planning to open the coffee shop in Bali around either Canggu or Renon area because like that's where most people go to and
And by the way, if you guys are looking for delicious Indian food, there's a restaurant called Roti Dal in Canggu.
Market, yes.
For more details, please contact me because I know people of Indian food here.
I actually do love it.
Yes, contact Ratchet, guys. Don't forget to contact Ratchet when he opens it. Oh, yes.
Yes, I totally do love it.
Does anyone else have any questions?
You guys want to ask each other questions?
do you plan to expand your business?
I'm sorry.
No, no.
Yes.
I think
You
it's,
want to answer?
I think it's one of my business in the tourism industry, right? And Bali is known for tourism. I think it's best to just stick here and use the capital I've gained just to expand, not even expand, but just to invest in the business in Bali.
For Maestad, yes, absolutely. I want to expand. My biggest market right now is in Indonesia. The second is the United States, and I want to make my United States market to be like bigger. Same with like Indonesia, because I want Maestad to go worldwide.
How about you, Kizia?
Yes, of course I wanted to expand, but I don't want to expand too fast that I miss the details, and because I want to build a firm foundation first.
Good answer, Kizia.
Are you sure you guys don't have questions? Boys in the back, do you guys have questions?
I have questions. How much did you invest in cryptocurrency?
I started with $1,600, which is around 1,600 would be around 22 to 23 right now, and right now I have $8,000 like from just earning from that money. So I have like what's 28 around 110 million plus.
Lani, you have a question?
Solana is also one. I think that's it. Just if you're not really interested in doing the research, better to just invest in the top 10 coins because that's gonna bring you far anyway.
Anyone else?
So the basic schedule starts at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 p.m. our time, right? So that's already late for me, and it ends at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. So I don't really follow a schedule. I just check whenever I want. When I'm bored, I just check it. That's what I do.
Any more questions?
Ratchet, how do you make sure that the money invested is safe and not a scam?
Okay, so as I mentioned before, I don't invest money myself, but then I invest in applications. So those applications, I do my research on them and check their security protocols and stuff. So if I find it very safe, I'm not that scared, then I just invest the money without having any fears. And I think some apps that you can try is Binance. And if you live in Indonesia and you want to invest in rupiah, that's also one. And I'm not too sure about this app, but it's very famous. It's called Toko Crypto. It's free. It's a new app, so you can do your research on those apps.
Okay, thank you so much for the questions. We'll be closing our talk show. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.